All right, let's dive in. Today we're heading to Soweto, Johannesburg to look at an absolutely incredible story. It's about innovation, it's about community, and it's about how a group of young people are tackling some of society's biggest challenges, one piece of trash at a time.
Now this right here, this is the philosophy that drives everything they do at KZ Scrap and Waste. And it's so much more than just a catchy tagline, it's a real promise. It's a promise to see potential where other people might just see problems, and to build a better future, literally, from the ground up.
So to really get why this work is so important, let's start with this number, 20 kilograms. That's how much food an average family in Soweto throws away every single month. Just picture that for a second. That's like taking 20 large bags of maize meal and just tossing them out. When you stop and think about it, it's a huge amount of waste.
Now, take that 20 kilos and multiply it by thousands and thousands of households. Suddenly, you've got a massive problem on your hands. And it's not just about bins overflowing, right? It really points to two huge issues bumping up against each other. First, what do you do with all this waste? And second, how do you create real, meaningful opportunities for young people in the community?
Well, most of that organic waste gets buried in a landfill. When it rots without any oxygen, it pumps out methane, which is a really, really potent greenhouse gas. It's a major driver of climate change. So you've got this big environmental problem, but at the exact same time, you've got a huge social one, a desperate need for stable, dignified jobs for young people. So the question becomes, what if you could tackle both at once?
And that is the exact challenge that KASI Scrap and Waste Management, or KSW for short, was created to solve. This is a social enterprise that was literally born from these challenges, and they came up with a pretty brilliant model designed to turn that entire equation on its head.
Okay, so how they're set up is just fascinating. KSW runs on this really clever hybrid structure. On one side, you have the Stone Age Group. That's their for-profit engine, right? It handles waste management and cleaning services, and that's what brings in the money. Then, all that revenue gets funneled directly into their nonprofit heart, the Casa Child and Youth Development Program. It's this incredible, self-powering loop. The more successful the business is, the more good they can do. It's a perfect virtuous cycle.
So how does that for-profit engine actually run? Well, it's built on two main professional services, and they're both deeply tied into the community.
First up, there's a comprehensive waste management service. And when I say comprehensive, I mean they are not kidding. They handle all 8 major waste streams. Everything from your everyday food scraps to tricky stuff like e-waste and plastics, which they even upcycle into blankets. And get this, they use AI-powered tracking so their clients can see, in real time, exactly what kind of positive environmental impact they're having. How cool is that?
The second revenue stream is professional cleaning. They do it all: homes, offices, big events, you name it. But here's the part that really matters. It's who is doing the work. These services are all performed by trained local youth who are paid 3 times the national minimum wage. We're talking about a real living wage, dignified work, and valuable skills. This isn't just a job. It's a career path.
Okay, so we've talked a bunch about food waste. Well, KSW has a secret weapon in its arsenal that makes their approach completely revolutionary. It's a piece of tech that's so simple, but wow, is it effective.
Let me introduce you to bokashi. It's a Japanese word, and it basically means fermented organic matter. All it is this special brand that's packed with good microbes. These little guys are like a super-powered pickling crew. Instead of letting food waste rot, they ferment it in an airtight container.
And that is what makes bokashi an absolute game changer. Think about regular composting. You can't put in meat or dairy or oily cooked food, right? Well, with bokashi, you can. It handles everything. And it does it with no bad smells, no attracting flies or rats, and it stops almost 99% of those harmful greenhouse gases from ever being released.
You'd think something this powerful has to be complicated, but that's the beauty of it. It's incredibly simple. You just toss your daily scraps into a special airtight bucket, sprinkle a handful of the bokashi brand over them, press it down to get the air out, and snap the lid shut. That's literally it. A couple of weeks later, you have this amazing nutrient-packed material that's ready to supercharge your garden.
So when you start to connect all these dots, the clever business model, the focus on youth jobs, this amazing bokashi technology, you really start to see the incredible ripple effect KASI Scrap and Waste is having. This is what a real-deal circular economy looks like when it's put into action.
The environmental wins are just so clear. First off, a ton less waste is going to landfills, which means way fewer methane emissions. But it's more than that. The waste isn't waste anymore. It's being turned into valuable resources right there in the community.
That organic matter, it becomes biogas for cooking and amazing fertilizer for local gardens. Those plastic bottles, they become warm blankets. It's a complete closed-loop system.
And this is where the whole story just comes together so powerfully. The environmental impact is huge, but the social impact is right there with it. KSW is creating real green jobs and teaching valuable skills and new technologies, but they go even further. They've set up something called the Kasai Scrap Swap Shop. Think about that. Local residents can literally trade their recyclables for essential goods like groceries and school supplies. This isn't just about cleaning up, it's about directly strengthening the very fabric of the community.
When you look at the whole picture, the story of Kasi Scrap and Waste is so much more than just a great idea. It's a blueprint. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the solutions to our biggest, toughest problems are hiding right in plain sight. It shows us how to build a future that's more sustainable and more fair. And it really leaves you with one big question to think about. What waste in your own community is just sitting there, waiting to be turned into worth?